a little bit about martial arts and exactly about karate. So how are you, Sensei?
Thanks. Thank you.
Very happy to meet you here, especially in U.A.E. So what do you think about the U.A.E?
Well, this is my first visit, and I really like this place.
So you have been here 4 times in the U.A.E.
Yes.
So is there any difference, or you find it?
And each time I visit here, it's improved. The city is getting bigger, and very modern.
So you like it anyway?
Yes.
I'm very happy to hear that. What is Shourin Ryu Sibukan karate? So because you know, I think public doesn't know the differences.
Okinawan karate is history go back to 600 over, and one of Okinawan karate teacher, Matsumura Sokon, he is we call the father of Okinawan karate, and his students is one of the very famous karate sensei, Itosu Anko sensei, and Asato Anko sensei, and my father's teacher, who is Kyan Chotok sensei.
Yeah.
So our lineage goes really back to the traditional, and I'm very proud of doing this Shourin Ryu Sibukan karate because we have good traditional roots.
Yeah.
Shorty Seibukan karate actually has a long history, really traditional art. That's why we call it traditional karate, because you have a long lineage tradition. You can't call it karate when you don't have a tradition. It's just made a couple of years back and you call it traditional karate. No way, where's your tradition? You have got a traditional dress. That means you're following for so many centuries this dress. That's a traditional dress. As a traditional karate has got to have its background. So Shourin Ryu Sibukan karate goes all the way in Okinawa.
After World War II, karate became more popular to the public, and one by one dojo start. But when we were studying, we had no dojo, just private house, room, small room, we trained. Then after we...
With the same uniform? Or?
Not even in uniform.
I see.
Maybe t-shirts or short pants like this, or no uniform.
Yeah.
Then later, 1962, we realized we need a big place to really teach good karate. So my father built dojo, what we have now. It's a nice space, and we train at a nice dojo today.
So from that time, the karate started to be taught to everybody?
Yes, but before the dojo was already being built, they were teaching the American armies who were stationed over there. So as they increased, they used to go to the army camp and teach karate. That's why Shourin Ryu karate was first spread to United States, because the Americans were the first one to learn this system and bring it back.
You mean after the World War II?
Right. And later when the dojo was formed, then I think the Okinawans also and the Americans all came to train in the dojo, and later it was more for the other parts of the world.
So Hanshi, I just understand that before you don't have any dojos, but now you do.
Yes.
So is there, any name for that? The dojos for your style or something?
Yes. Yes, we call our dojo Seibukan. Seibukan means it's a holy art. Dojo. It's a sacred place. And we practice good karate and build up character. So this is why we named the Seibukan.
So I believe you have it on your shirt, isn't it?
Yes.
So this is the one, huh?
Yes.
So this is, what language exactly this one? Is it Japanese or?
Yeah, it's Japanese. Karate-do Seibukan.
I see.
Yes. This is our dojo symbol.
I see.
Every country, every dojo puts this.
Yeah.
So you know they are Seibkan.
Or maybe another one. I'm not here like this, right?
Well, my karate history goes back to 61 years. I started karate 9 years old from my father. And when I was 19, I had already knowledge of teaching. I started learning from 9, so I have enough knowledge, technically and in the mind. So I was sent to United States, Pennsylvania, from my father to teach Shorin karate. So I was there about 2.5 years to promote our Shorin karate. And during my visit in the United States, I entered a couple of tournaments. Fortunately, I win the tournament and I become champion in a couple of tournaments.
So let us say you're supporting also the sport at the same time from your side?
Well, I don't deny sports karate because they did a good job to spread karate throughout the world. So, but since they grow so fast, they're missing good part of Okinawan traditional karate.
I see.
So we try to correct this. We try to spread real Okinawan karate. So we have to work very hard to do this.
What is the real difference between the sport and the traditional karate? So as I understand that, it's a big difference, but for me I didn't get the full picture. So can you please explain?
Safety. So they eliminate the dangerous karate techniques. And sports is also competition, so they get points. And the public like to see who wins, who loses. And traditional karate is not fun to look. We believe all techniques should be practical. But what they do in sports karate, they are not practical. They are flashy and fancy. And when the people who doesn't know karate look those karate, they think, fancy, very good. But when somebody knows karate, they think, what the, So it takes a long time to complete and enjoy real traditional karate. You have to do many, many years to understand.
So we hear sometimes about the traditional martial arts and the sport. So which way are you following actually more?
I was a sport karate competitor, and I changed my attitude and my mentality in the way of traditional karate-do. And I find and I like traditional karate-do, that's why I quit sport, competitive karate.
So right now you are doing the traditional way.
Traditional karate.
So how you find it differently?
You don't have anything to, when you hit somebody, of course you don't have any pads on, so it might injure somebody. But we also learn how to control without hitting them very hard. Controlling, but then it doesn't mean pulling back the punches like in sport competitive. We use all the techniques what is in karate is allowed. For example, finger strikes, elbows, all kind of attacks, knees, head techniques, whatever you see in katas, grappling, grabbing, throwing the partner to the floor, also locking techniques. We practice all this. What
so
is forbidden.
You're translating the kata to reality.
Practical, exactly. Exactly.
This is not happening in sports, or?
Sport karate mostly, if they are practicing kata competition, they will do the kata for the audience and for the judges. to impress them. So they'll be wearing thick uniform and hit the uniform so hard that it makes a noise. They jump on the floor to make noise to impress the referees. They dress up to look good for the referees, and the application when they show it, then it is something got nothing to do with the kata at all. Well, they will introduce acrobatic movements, somersaults and all this stuff, which makes it impressive.
Yeah.
But the true bunkai or the self-defense aspect is not shown.
Regarding the kata, how can you define it in the traditional way?
Well, we believe karate starts with kata, and we practice all techniques in kata. And kata has all techniques put together and build up your flexibility and power, speed by training kata. So after you do so many years of kata training, your body is built already.
Yeah.
Your defense technique, your offense, everything is developed. So if you don't do kata, your karate doesn't improve. But sports karate, what happened? They go to fancy, so they missing real practical technique. This is different from sports karate, and we believe the kata is always you can skip.
Yeah.
And just try to do the kumite. No, kata is important also. Then kumite and other things.
So how can we take the special things from kata? Because everybody do kata anyway.
We do have application bunkai. We call it bunkai.
Yeah.
So each kata technique has the practical meaning. So we teach students what this technique is for, and we practice this. Make a partner, and attack and defense technique, we practice this. So they can apply this when something really happens to them. They can fast and strong, they can apply technique.
But how can we fight with kata?
Kata, you can't fight with kata, of course, but it's like shadow boxing. A boxer moves around, his shadow boxes. That's what kata is about. It's a form. You take out the elements of the kata, piece by piece, put it into practice, use it on an opponent. That's what you call it bunkai, and apply it on the opponent and start using it in practical, and again and again and again you do it, and you get the real effects of the self-defense techniques.
The art of no thinking.
Exactly. This is what in Japanese we say mushin. Mushin, empty mind. When you are empty, you react. When you start thinking, you are too slow, because your concentration is on thinking, what is he going to do? What am I going to do? No. After certain years of training, you don't think, you just do it when you see attack. You don't know what technique is going to throw, punch, kick or swing, whatever it is, and you react. It's just like sport competition. They react and block the same thing way. So we do the same thing, but we use traditional techniques.
Sorry, but we do have some people who practice kata, but I believe they don't understand it as you say it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Many of them, the teachers don't teach them, or the teachers don't know it. It depends. I'm not sure. So I have met so many people. Some say, "Oh, my teacher doesn't show me." So I believe either he doesn't want to show, or he doesn't know. So if he shows you the technique, then you know the technique. But if it doesn't show you the technique, so you are very curious. So you go looking around something. Sometimes you see a movement, like, for example, like this.
Yeah.
So many people believe when you see a cross hand like this, they think it is a punch and you are going to block like this, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it is not actually. So it is something like you're blocking sideways or grabbing and so on. So they try to use their own head, which is not wrong, but they have to find out from their teacher whether this is the right thing what they are doing, or somebody who knows the art. But instead they use what they think is right, and sometimes they borrow techniques from judo, jiu-jitsu, karate, I mean aikido, and other martial arts. And when they see the other people doing so, they think it must be the same. So they try to do and make up their own book, guys.
So we have to learn how to use the kata in these situations.
Actually, the techniques of the kata, self-defense techniques, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't want to say kata. Kata is just the whole movement. So nice.
I saw a different fist you are applying in your style. Is it the Okinawan way or it is the Shoreen Sibukan karate?
Each style, karate style, has different techniques. And 90% of the karate, they use a straight punch we call seiken, like this.
Yeah.
But our punch is very unique. We use 45-degree angle, and we use this first knuckle 60% and 40% second knuckle for contact. So this is our special technique punch that we believe. There are many reasons for that, because my father's teacher was very short, and he created the punch can also punch higher opponent, taller opponent.
Yeah.
So this really works.
So it's developed punch.
Developed his own creative punch. And sports karate also do this way. And Shoreen Sibukan is very special.
So Haji, again we talked about the punch and we want to talk about the hips. I attend, as you know, the seminar with you. That time Sensei Jamal guided me, just told me you just work with the hips a little bit. So I understand something that you do have something in karate with the hips.
Yes.
So can we really go for that a little bit?
I believe hip movement is very important to generate power. As you know, golf, baseball, batting, also use the hip.
I see.
So in karate, same. We teach beginners from kibadachi stance, and we will teach punch.
Yeah.
Then we explain how to use the hip movements.
Interesting.
Until from basic to advanced, because most karate, I guess, schools don't emphasize. They just put their arm from, not from the hip. So
just the arms without hips.
yeah. So I have confidence our students improve very fast.
I see. So we can say that you are good at the golf player, or?
Well, I'm just trying to explain. All sport also use hip, but people doesn't know how to use.
I see.
Properly.
It's a big art.
Yeah,
it looks like it's a big art.
This comes from many times of training.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even baseball player, if you don't practice thousand times, they won't use. So need a lot of practice. Whatever you do.
A lot of practice with the hips itself. Yes. So in each move we have the hips story, or?
I think any move we do, block and downward block, punch, all moves hip. So to use this hip, like I said, a lot of training. You can tell beginners do it, they won't do it.
I understand that once you're hitting, once you punch, defending, you are hitting at the same time.
Well,
that's from the hip, also from the hips itself? Or?
Yes, when you block, then you counter. Yeah. So hip movements makes this very fast.
I see.
Yes.
So what is the difference between Shoreen Sibukan and other karate?
Many, lot of differences, but I just name a few. For example, we punch different in all karate styles. Everybody uses this punch. We use the 45 vertical punch. This is, for example, is one of it. The second is we use a lot of hip movements, twisting our body and moving to the 45 ankle, which we call in Nanami Heikodatsu, 45 degrees. And a lot of side movements we use, then going in or going backwards. But maybe we are going direct inside or maybe 45 degrees. And we use the blocking technique mostly in Shikodatsu and the attacking technique in Senkutsudatsu without moving our leg from a stance to another stance. For example, the Japanese use Kokutsudatsu to block a knife and block, and then put it in Senkutsudatsu to punch. We use, no matter whatever block it is, in Shikodatsu, and just twist our toes and our hips and we get a Senkutsudatsu. And we produce more power in this way, and minimum time is used just by twisting the toes, and they have to put their leg and then they have to punch. So these are the main, what should I say, symbols that differentiates our karate from other karate.
So Hanshi, I'm just confused a little bit. I have noticed why is it that around the world and U.A.E. there are some dojos that do different techniques, stances and katas, yet claim to be Shoryu Sibukan?
Yes, unfortunately many people claim lineage to me or my father using Shoryu Sibukan. But I only recognize Ikubaru, Najim and Jalil in U.A.E. to represent.
So the three masters from the U.A.E.
Yes.
Sensei Iqbal, Sensei Najim and
yes.
Sensei Jalil.
And any other people who is claiming they are misusing my name and signature also to issue certificate to their students. So people should research about these people before they start karate. So find good Seibukan karate in U.A.E. I believe quality than quantity.
Yeah.
Because quantity is very someday useful.
Yeah.
Quality, slowly, but it will stay.
Yeah.
I don't say this style is no good. I don't criticize any style because any style has good karateka, good person. So just choose whichever you want to study. That's their choice.
So Hanshi, as I understand from you that Sensei Iqbal, Sensei Najim and Sensei Jalil were a student for you somehow, but how they come to you and how they start to choose U.A.E. to spread the art?
This was happened 25 or 6 years ago. Sensei Mia Sara from Germany, represent Shoryu Seibukan, visited Dubai and met these three brothers, Ikubaru, Najim, Jalil. Then after they have seen his karate, they really want to study. So ever since, I visited 4 times here. My son visited 1 time, and Sensei Miyahara almost visit every other year to really, spread this Shoryu Seibukan in Dubai.
So from that time to this time, is there any improvement or clear one?
Oh, so much improvements.
I see.
And I'm very satisfied. Those brothers work so hard, and I always tell other people they are a good example of a Seibukan student, Seibukan black belt teachers.
As a chief instructor of U.A.E., I have certain duties to maintain the standard of Shoryu Seibukan karate without losing its value. So we have normally seminars, clinics once in a month, and also we have an instructors training, and also we have inter-club competitions. So we see all our students from all the dojos in one platform to see the standard, how they do the katas or how they do the kumite, And we are very much satisfied with the result of all these things, all these seminars and clinics.
There is no shortcut in karate actually. Okay, there's not like 2 years or 1 year you cannot get a black belt. You can go into a shop, you can buy a belt. But training, what about the training? It is not possible. You have to train and get it.
And we normally have seminar when Sensei comes. We have karate seminar for kumite or for kata, or sometimes for self-defense, or sometimes only for advanced kata bunkai. So we have also, we take our students to Japan, Germany. We had taken 5-6 times our students to Germany, Japan, United States, and also to India. So we have attended World Karate tournaments. Not only the tournaments we conduct here, we get the best students when we have tournament here, and we select them and we take them abroad also. So we have participated in the World Karate tournaments, not one time, many times. And some of our students have come up to the semi-final, which is a good achievement for Shoryu Seibukan Karate.
Actually, we have a system in our style. We have Kihon, that means basic. Then we have advanced. Somehow after 3 months, when they train the Kihon, we'll go to the 4 back movements. Then again after the development, we have Ippon Gute. Then again everything have a connection. If they have very good in Kihon, they can achieve the power, speed, everything in second part. If they achieve that part, then we'll go to the next part. Then this all together we will say kata. If they want to get the kata power and speed and concentration, everything, this all we need. So basic is the main important thing to develop all these katas, power or speed. If you think about the competition side, or if you go for the real fighting situation, we need this all things.
And we have international passbook also. We have wherever you go, you can show that this is recognized. It is written everything, seminar, clinic, and the ranking, everything is written in the passbook.
سنسي سعيد الشامسي، تشرفنا أن نحصل على أحد المواطنين اللي مارسوا الفن الأوكيناوي شورين سيبوكان. على علمنا أنك أحد المدربين في هذا الفن. ممكن تخبرنا عن تاريخك وكيف بديت وكيف وصلت لكونك مدرب في هذا الفن؟
والله كانت بدايتي في سنة 98 بالضبط، ومارست كاراتيه الإكراوية شورين سيبوكان عند سنسي نجيم، وبعدها بدأت أسافر.
كان عمرك في 98 تقريبا؟
تقريبا كان عمري حوالي 17 سنة 18 سنة.
فبدأت في سن
18 سنة بدأت في سن واستمريت فيه والتزمت في هذيك الفترة بالضبط سنة 98. مثل ما تقول خليتها شيء يعني صرت فيه سيريس جاد اني اتعلم الفن الإكراوي الحقيقي. خليتها مثل ما تقول مسيرة حياة في حياة في الكاراتيه الإكراوية. ومن بعدها سافرت أول مرة في سنة 2002. سافرت لألمانيا في مدينة كلهم عند سنسي جمال بسيارة. دربت عنده، وكان بعد كانوا الجراند ماستر كلهم موجودين من أمريكا ومن أوروبا ومن كل مكان في العالم. دربت تحت ايدهم، ومن بعدها قمت أسافر سنة 2003 أول مرة أسافر أوكيناوا. دربت عندهم، ومن بعدها قمت أسافر كل سنة وأحضر دورات كثيرة عند الماسترية، ومستمر بشكل يومي حتى في مجال عملي في النفط في البترول. أتدرب بشكل يومي، وهناك كملت مثل ما تقول تدريباتي في الكاراتيه والكابودو.
بس ممكن نعرف شو الكابودو يعني؟
الكابودو فن إكراوي، فن استعمال الأسلحة مثل البو، الساي، نينجاك، تون فاركاما. زين مثل ما تقول أسلحة فن قديم جدا. زين استعمل للدفاع عن النفس. كانت أدوات زراعية بالأصل، تحولت لأسلحة في فترة من فترات من تاريخ الشعب الإكراوي.
بين انك مرتاح ومتعمق جدا بالفن، يعني هل شفت ان هذه المسيرة اللي كملت عليها عيبتنك كثير في
ايوه اكيد. المسيرة هاي وانا اصلا مرتاح اصلا في الفن الإكراوي، لان اصلا الكاراتيه مش مجرد رياضة، الكاراتيه هي الحياة.
كيف اثر عليك الكاراتيه بشكل او باخر؟ يعني شلون يوسف كان؟
والله أعطتني أشياء وايد الكاراتيه، بس أعطتني ما قصروا معي، أعطاني كل اللي أريده، كل اللي أحتاجه. يعني في منهم الشباب يعني يدخلون في الأساليب الرياضية، أوكي كفن رياضي ممتاز، يعني واحد يمارس فن رياضي، لكن تركيزهم بس على الرياضي أو الكوميتيه تموت الفن الحقيقي أو الفن التقليدي. أنا أفضل الشباب يعني يرجعون للفن التقليدي، لأنه هي يعني مثل ما تقول هي الحقيقة الكاملة فن القتال.
جميل. فاحنا نقول ما شاء الله أنت تدرب في العين؟
أدرب في العين وأدرب أحيانا في دبي وأدرب في راس الخيمة. والهدف مالي إني أنشر فنون القتال في الوطن في الإمارات حق شباب المواطنين، شباب الإماراتيين. أبغاهم يفهمون، أبغاهم يجون عندي، أنا بعلمهم وما بقصر مع أي حد.
في عندك تلاميذ وصلوا الحزام الأسود؟ أو
في كم واحد عندي ما شاء الله الحمد لله، وصلت كم واحد الحزام الأسود، شباب ممتازين، بس مثل ما تقول يعني خذوا علي وقت اللي ما فهموها، لأن مشكلة الإيكونومي يريد له فهم، يبغى له واحد يبغى له صبر، ويريد واحد بعد يفهمهم شو الفن الإيكونومي الحقيقي.
خلينا نقول شو هي رسالتك إذا للشباب؟
رسالتي والله الشباب كلهم
الإماراتي خاصة والشباب العربي بشكل خاص.
والله أنا أتمنى يتفهمون معنى فنون القتال الحقيقية، زين يجربوا الحقيقي، يعرف فن القتال مش مجرد قتال، فن القتال هو تقاتل نفسك قبل أن تقاتل الآخرين، أول نفسك.
So Hanshi, do you have a plans to spread Shoreen Subukan in the Arab area and the Middle East?
Yes. Since we have foundation here in Dubai, I'm interested to visit other Middle East country to promote our karate, introduce our karate. I'm sure they will be accepted.
Hanshi Sambhusha Sensei has appointed me as the technical director for the Middle East. I'm very proud, and I take that duty, and I try my level best to support anybody who is in the Middle East. We have many requests from many parts of the Middle East, so anybody who wish to join or wish to know about traditional Okinawan Seibukkan karate, I'm glad. Our doors are open. They can come here for training. We won't charge them. If they invite us, we are ready to go and serve them in any part of the Middle East. That is my duty.
Yes. Any message you want to tell your students or for also to the public regarding karate itself?
Mm-hmm. My wish is to spread our Shoreen Seibukkan karate throughout the world. We do have already over 15 countries that are studying our Seibukkan Shoreen, and whoever interested to study and find out our karate, I'm willing to help, support. Please contact me, Okinawa, or local Seibukkan dojos.
You try to judo make run like this, right? Run. Like this.
No martial arts is better than the person. It is, if I'm putting it right, the person is much more better than the martial arts. The person is the one who invented the martial art, not the martial art who invented the person. So I don't believe in me. If somebody say, hey, karate is better than taekwondo, or judo is better than jiu-jitsu, I don't believe. I believe it is you who is good.
Karate never ends your training. When training ends, when you die. That's what we believe. So 8 years old, 9 years old, you're still training and try to improve. Just keep you going. So don't say, I'm Hanshi, I stop today. No. Until you die.